Good afternoon. My name is Alan Koh. Today's wellness talk is on deep vein thrombosis, how energy medicine can help fight such a condition. What is deep vein thrombosis, or DVT? It is a blood clot that's formed in the vein deep in the body. And if you look at the diagram, there's blood going through easily through the valve and not coming back. But in this case, blood is coming backwards, forming a clot. So there's normal blood flow, deep vein thrombosis here, and even the blood clot shooting up to smaller blood vessels above it. So the most common occurrences will be above the knee or below the knee. And when we sit too long, for example, in a long distance flight from, say, Asia to America or to Europe, if we do not move our legs very well, we can actually form a clot while in the air, and some of them can be quite fatal because these clots in the veins in the legs can be dislodged and go right up to the fine, smaller blood vessels of the lungs and cause breathing to stop mid-air. So it's important to correct these conditions. It might not be even flying. It can be taking a bus long distance for many hours and not moving our legs too much. And for those who are really predisposed to such blood clots, they will cope it so much easier. So prevention is always better than cure. By National Public Health Crisis Management statistics, it shows that up to 2 million people in America suffer from DVT every year. Complications of DVT, such as PE, which is pulmonary embolism, kill up to 200,000 people each year, more people than combining AIDS and breast cancer death cases. So you can see that the annual number of deaths in America caused by pulmonary embolism due to the deep vein thrombosis is about 200,000, whereas AIDS, HIV, only 16,000 plus, and breast cancer death only 40,000 plus. Add together, less than 60,000. What a difference from those killed by deep vein thrombosis, complication of pulmonary embolism. There are some risk factors that would encourage DVT development in our body. One is illness or injury that cause prolonged immobility, unable to move, like being bedridden, being wheelchair-bound, or very painful joints that you cannot move. Then we can get DVT easier than those people who are very, very mobile. And usually, age 40 years and above tend to get this medical condition easier. And birth control pills and hormone replacement therapy can also cause more DVT cases. Cancer and Western treatment also tend to cause it. Major surgery, example, that of the abdomen, pelvis, hip or knee replacement can also cause deep vein thrombosis, same as obesity, and also people got previous history of deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism, and those who got a family history of blood clots, those got heart problems, varicose veins, those got faulty blood clotting, like an very uncommon condition called sickle cell anemia. All right, illness, we can use energy medicine to reduce illnesses in general, supporting our body's metabolic processes. And once we improve metabolisms, diseases or repair and recovery of diseases and wounds will be much better. And therefore, we reduce our risk of deep vein thrombosis as a consequence. Biological age can be reduced by improving our metabolic processes. So when we are 50 years old, chronologically, we could be only 30 years old where our metabolic age is concerned. So applying energy medicine could reduce anti-age our metabolic age. Birth control pills, hormone replacement therapy, well, there's nothing much the energy medicine could do except to strengthen our blood vessels, walls, and not to prevent any bad flow of blood and any blood clot in the area. Cancer and its Western treatment, well, if we do Western treatment, of course, the deep vein thrombosis will be increased. But if we know how to use energy medicine as a natural form to strengthen our immune cells to kill cancer cells, that way we do not only cannot get deep vein thrombosis, because of Western treatment, but also energy medicine strengthens the existing healthy cells not to cause them to turn into DVT too easily. Or a major surgery, repair and recovery processes done by energy treatment through metabolism improvement. So all metabolic processes of repair and recovery, including those surgical wounds where repair is concerned, can be done by electric energy treatment, or at least improved by electric energy treatment. Obesity, once we improve oxygen availability and nutrient availability into the fat cells, the oxygen will power the metabolic processes of fat burning. The nutrients will form enzymes called lipolytic enzymes to reduce the fat further. So the combination will ensure that we lose fat percentage and therefore reduce our risk of developing deep vein thrombosis. For varicose veins or heart problems, just have to do electric energy treatment to improve more oxygen and nutrients going into the heart cells and the vein cells and make them stronger. So heart will pump properly, the blood will flow properly. Therefore, deep vein thrombosis could be quite history or even prevented from coming into the individual. What are the symptoms of deep vein thrombosis? If you look at the bottom diagram, you can find that the right leg is more reddish, actually more swollen, and also very warm to the touch, and quite painful. So pain, swelling of the leg is a symptom. Pain and tenderness in the leg. Tenderness means when you touch it, it's painful. If you don't touch it, it's not painful. That's tenderness. Pain is whether you touch it or not, the pain is still there. And the pain is usually in one leg and may only be present when we stand or we walk. When we rest it, sometimes it's okay. So it's more like tenderness. Skin that is warm to the touch in the leg, red or discolored skin, that's inflammation, part of inflammation process. What happens when DVD is prolonged? Well, the blood clot, as I mentioned also earlier on, that part of it can break free, and once it starts traveling from the original source of the clot, it's a broken up type of blood clot traveling. It's called an embolus. And the whole process is called embolism. And these smaller clots can be lodged to the smaller blood vessels of the lung, causing the condition pulmonary embolism, where there's a lot of fatalities. How to treat DVT? Well, the objective is to reduce the risk of complications such as pulmonary embolism. Therefore, the main goals of treatment would be to stop the clot from getting larger, number one. Number two, reduce the chance of having another clot to develop. Number three, to prevent the clot from breaking off in your vein and moving to your lungs. Stopping the clot from getting larger would be to produce more thrombolytic enzymes, enzymes that dissolve blood clots. And even to reduce the chance of having another blood clot, production of thrombolytic enzymes becomes very important, same as prevention of clots to break off in our vein. So electric energy treatment is indeed a very important treatment to help resolve this issue. Electric energy treatment is still the most important because it boosts metabolism the most. Repair and recovery processes synergized by especially magnetic field treatment. So you can see here that electric energy treatment stimulates cell metabolism, regulates the production of hormones and enzymes. So for those people who needed hormone replacement therapy, once you do energy treatment that can regulate the production of hormones, then you would not need this hormone replacement anymore because the body can produce their own correct amounts of hormones. Enzymes like thrombolytic enzymes to dissolve blood clots, this synthesis metabolism is very important. So they regulate production of these clotting factors and thrombolytic factors that I mentioned, and therefore regulates the flow of blood instead of very slow blood flow causing clots to particularly form easier. Now it regulates this movement, improve blood flow, so the stasis will not happen. Ultralow magnetic field treatment further improve blood flow. That's the most important part of the magnetic field treatment, is the improvement of blood flow. And once there's good movement of the blood, the risk of formation of blood clots will be quite dramatically reduced. Far infrared is to reduce inflammation. So if the area is red, very warm to the touch, swollen, painful, you will want to apply the far infrared to the area to drain away the excess fluid, to reduce the blood viscosity or thickness, reduce the resistance of the blood flow so the blood flow is better. That would decrease the risk of developing blood clots in the veins. For thermosebaration, it's 2 treatments in one. Thermos being the heat treatment that will clear blood clots, dissolve them, that would dilate the blood vessels to let the blood inside them move more smoothly, and that will reduce thrombosis of blood clots and therefore better control the DVT problem. And by adding all these 4 treatments together, there's absolutely no option but for deep vein thrombosis to improve. Thank you very much.